And, of course, senior night always special, and some special young ladies that will be honored here this evening. And I will kind of lead you through that as we get ready for that coming up here pretty quick. Just waiting for Mr. Finch to get everything ready to go. But tonight, Cyclones play South Fulton, and a special senior night for you as well, Mr. Burton.
Yes, that is true. That is true. Get the camera a little straighter here.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, good evening and welcome to West Prairie High School here at Scioto, where it is time to honor our seniors for the 2022-2023 basketball season. First of all, we would like to honor South Fulton's senior basketball player. That is Truly Coster, the daughter of Arissa and Matt Fry, and Josh and Ashley Coster. And now for our West Prairie Cyclone seniors. Lauren Bell. Lauren is the daughter of Michelle and Corey Sullivan and Chris Bell. She has participated in basketball all 4 years of high school. Lauren is planning on attending WIU and studying speech pathology and audiology. Her favorite memory would have to be all the time she's been able to learn and grow with Coach Bland and the team. Lauren's advice for younger and future players to work hard and push through difficulties, but know your limits and don't strain yourself physically and mentally. Lauren Bell. Maddie Hood. Maddie is the daughter of Don and Brandy Hood. She has participated in basketball all 4 years of high school. Maddie plans on going to a trade school to get certified as an electrician. Her favorite memory is when Coach Bland tried to act like a baller but fell flat on his face at a Saturday morning practice. Maddie's advice for younger and future players: family is everything. Being on a team is being in a family. You'll be with the same group of girls every day working together to strengthen and better yourselves. There isn't just one good player on a team. It's a group effort, so show up and work. Maddie Hood. Lauren Powell. Lauren is the daughter of Brittany and Cody Stambaugh and Mike and Jody Powell. She has participated in basketball all 4 years of high school. Lauren is attending Carl Sandburg College and studying pre-physical therapy or nursing. Her favorite memory was singing the national anthem with Grace at practice. Lauren's advice for younger and future players: enjoy every moment because it goes by fast. Lauren Powell. Grace Vanonic. Grace is the daughter of Mary Vanonic and Jason Vanonic. She has participated in basketball all 4 years of high school. Grace will be attending Carl Sandburg College, studying criminal justice. Her favorite memory is the time she and Lauren sang the national anthem at practice. Grace's advice for younger and future players: play your heart out every game because it ends quicker than you'll ever know. Grace Vanonic. Ladies and gentlemen, let's congratulate our 2022-2023 basketball seniors. And, of course, that is our senior night festivity. Got to go for a quieter voice because, of course, it's quieter here. But getting ready for the game here tonight. And, John, senior nights are always special. You always expect a lot of extra emotion into it. The thing is, you got to channel the emotion back in because you got a ball game to play.
Yeah, absolutely. Got to be able to reel yourself in after that. You know, for a lot of these girls, it's tough playing their last home game here, especially on senior night. So it's just one of those things you got to be able to work with the hand that you're dealt and, you know, use that to fuel you into this contest.
Well, and, John, actually, it is not the last home game.
I was going to say, I said that, and then I'm like, crap, they play first-round regionals here too.
And that's something that's new over the last several years, folks, is what they do is they play the first round of the regionals at the higher-seeded site. So we'll be here at 1 o'clock on Saturday for the regional contest as West Prairie takes on at Liberty here with the task of the winner taking on the Brown County Lady Hornets at Brown County. So one of those things that you love to get that extra shot, that extra game, that extra chance. You always want to go that extra step, and a chance for the Cyclone ladies and a team in Liberty. They're 1-1 against this season, so we'll see if they can get that win there. And of course, it's kind of weird too because they did this. Now they're going to warm up some more. Then we'll have the starting lineups and that. So it always makes it kind of interesting. But wanted to stop off and talk about Truly Coster, another great senior for the South Fulton team. Seems like she has been there for 16 years. She'd been, and of course has followed along with all these girls throughout their careers, and kind of fun. I mean, it's kind of fun, and I know there's the added hook. Maddie Hood was at South Fulton for quite some time, so there's that added side hook as well, and twists and turns and all kinds of different stories we're writing here tonight, John.
Yeah, absolutely. Just one of those things, as you mentioned, it's just everything that plays into this game. It just builds into how special of a night this is for a lot of these players.
Well, and for you and I, at least for me, I know this is the countdown to the end of the season for me. I know Saturday, no matter what, will be my last broadcast of the year. Of course, ended up the boys' season last night, and that was always a little bittersweet, too, because my son will be going into the high school ranks next season. And, of course, for a lot of folks, this is the end of one chapter. As you know, for Lauren, for Maddie, for Grace, for Lauren, both Laurens, this is the end of that chapter, and you go on into college life. And, folks, I've said it to seniors all over the area. I've said it for a long time. You never, ever get the feeling, even if you play college basketball, even if you play major college basketball, you never get the feeling of playing high school basketball again, ever. It's just, you do not ever get that feeling again playing in front of your hometown fans, in front of packed gyms and that. It is always something that you never, ever get back, and it's a really cool feeling, John.
Yeah, I think you hit it. I think you hit it right on the head with that, Greg. It's just playing in front of those people that you spend most of your life growing up around, everybody from your hometown and the surrounding towns, and everyone that you know from your school district. Like you said, there's just no feeling that can kind of comprehend what that's like, what that feeling is like, being able to put on a show for the people that you've been with for your entire life.
And we do want to thank our sponsors, JoJo's Gaming Parlor, offering the best gaming experience in the McDonough County area. Stop in for a cold drink and a chance to take home a nice wad of cash while you're at it. Let's check out the TSSR Game Time Live presented by MDH Events on the big screens. Stop by JoJo's located at 776 North Cole Street, Bushnell, and cheer our area teams on to victory. A hat brand built on two staples, comfort and style. Specializing in snapback trucker-style caps, check out the selection or consider customs to build your business at BarclayBillsCo.com. Don't let the hat rack fool you. There's always room for one more. BarclayBillsCo.com. Wishing good luck to all area athletes this season. M&B Furniture, Bushnell's only furniture store, is a mainstay in the community and offers free delivery within 40 miles. For high-quality home furnishings, stop and see the fine folks at M&B Furniture at 41 West Main Street, or find them on Facebook, Instagram, or the web. You can also call 309-772-2111. And yes, you heard me, the Cyclones are part of the Brown County Regional. I believe the other regional is at Havana out of this sectional. And that is a pretty tough up and down sectional. Brown County going to be a hard out, as is Havana, but there's some other teams that can sneak in here as well. So going to be interesting to see how that plays out, not barring a wild run from one of the other teams, because it always seems like, John, somewhere in the postseason, there's an upset. You'll see a regional championship where you'll get a below 500 team.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. It's just one of those things that when it comes to postseason play, those one-and-done games, it's impossible to really know and really predict who's going to come out with win, because one team shows up ready to play, the other team doesn't, and boom, as Greg said, you have one of those upsets where a team that, is the lower seed comes out with a victory and maybe goes on a bit of a run further than that. So it's always interesting when it comes to postseason time, seeing which one of those teams will be kind of the Cinderella story, the underdog story of the postseason.
And as I say, how many times have I seen teams that are under 500 end up in having a great run like that? It is it's a neat thing, John. It is really one of those things that's why they call it March Madness, and of course America's original March Madness, as Illinois likes to point out, and a fantastic way to put together the tournaments and that, and always fun to see how that goes. We're going to stomp off for just a second. This is TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
After my appointment that day, I just made up my mind that I'm going to have my baby here in Macomb and this hospital, because irrespective of where you're from, who you are, it's just their line of duty to make sure they give care, make you comfortable.
I thought about the staff of MDH. You know, they're all good. And you will get all the support you need. This is just the best place for you and your family.
At Western Illinois University, leathernecks don't just blend in. Our purple stands out. Our students are innovative, creative, and resilient. At WIU, there's limitless potential, with campuses in Macomb, the Quad Cities, and online. Visit wiu.edu/potential to become a leatherneck and get an education that stands out.
Skip adding detergent to every load with the Load and Go dispenser. Choose from models that hold enough for 20 to 40 loads, with select models even adding a second compartment for fabric softener. So clothes get the care they need, and you can skip adding detergent every time. The Load and Go dispenser, now available in 3 sizes. Brought to you by Whirlpool.
We're back here just a couple, about 2.5 minutes away from game time here on TSSR Game Time Live. As I was trying to wave at somebody and they weren't waving back at me. Charlie and Peyton, I was trying to get them to wave at me, but I know junior high girls volleyball is going on as well. I may partake of that tomorrow night. Why not? You can't ever not be in it. But several things that will continue to go on here. And as we go along in the postseason, like junior high volleyball and stuff like that, we will keep an eye on who is doing what. And, if there would be some kind of a magical postseason run, I know Dwayne will probably hook on with that. And again, we will be here for first round regional games from here at West Prairie. It's here at West Prairie. And after that, that will be our swan song as we get ready to do that. And just about ready to get things underway here. I'm going to give Mr. Finch a minute or two to get himself in position to switch the music, as we like to do as we get this game here. And Carl Beebe and Carly Taylor, the coaches of South Fulton, know them pretty well. Carl, a phenomenal coach, has been for years and years and years and years. Heck of a guy to put together a great program over there. So, excuse me a moment. Good evening once again, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome here to West Prairie Junior Senior High School tonight for today's matchup between the South Fulton Lady Rebels and your West Prairie Cyclones. At this time, ladies and gentlemen, please rise, remove your caps, as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. And now the starting lineups. First for the visiting South Fulton Lady Rebels. Number 2, Abby Stevenson. Number 10, Tommy Gorsuch. Number 15, Briley France. Number 23, Sophie LaSales. And number 30, Truly Coster. The Lady Rebels are coached by Carl Beebe, assisted by Carly Taylor. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, you know what time it is. It's time to meet your West Prairie Cyclones! Number 2, Maddie Hood. Number 3, Grace Vanonic. Number 5, Madeline Sullivan. Number 10, Lauren Powell. And number 35, Lauren Bell. Cyclones are coached by Grant Bland, assisted by Bailey Watts. Your officials for tonight's game are Ronald Grant, Chet Lean, and Scott Clausen. Good luck to both teams this evening. And you put a little energy in for that one last time this season, because you can't do that in the regional because they don't like that.
Yeah.
But it is a lot of fun. We do have a lot of fun with it here at West Prairie with their intros as we get ready for action here. Ought to be a good game between the two. And again, I will tell you folks, much respect for Carl Beebe. He has done this for almost 30 years and is a phenomenal coach. Hood and Coster tip it up. It'll be taken away by South Fulton as Gorsuch will bring it up. Drives out, going to give a bounce. And I'm going to apologize, folks, as they bring it into Coster. Those uniforms, kind of hard to see the color on there. But the Rebels on the board first and make it 2-0 here. Cyclones work it up. Sullivan wheel into the near side. Out to Hood. Hood will wheel down, bounce out to Bell. Bell probes a little bit to Vanonic as they're going to work the wings. Lost a handle on it. And out of there with it comes Coster. They're going to push it up in the hands of LaSales. LaSales holds and waits, going to work it out for Gorsuch. Back across court over to Stevenson. Stevenson into Coster. Working on Hood. Puts it up. Can't get it to go. Rebound corralled in the corner. And we've got a tie-up. It is going to be jump ball. Possession error will send it over to the Cyclones. 2-0 here. 7-11 mark of the first quarter. And, John, so far we're seeing a little more, action out top for the Cyclones on the offense here.
Yeah, I would definitely say so. Powell and Vannock doing a nice job playing a little two-man game, as well as Sullivan working around up top. Kind of become accustomed to that for the Cyclones. For the Cyclones, I mean, they just got to play patient. We've seen in games this season when they're able to play patient and slow the pace down, they've had great success, so they definitely got to look to do that here tonight.
France steals it away, bounces for Stevenson. Stevenson in the lane, scoops it up, and scoops it in for a 4-0 Rebel lead. Powell's got to bring it up the other way, and France will try to herd her over. Gives it off to Sullivan out on the far side. To Hood on the wing. Cross courts in, nearly stolen away there. Vanonic with it. Out in the corner, Sullivan, quick three on the way. Bounces over the top. Now, interestingly enough, quick explanation time. It can actually bounce on the top of the backboard as long as it doesn't touch a wire of that. It's when it breaks that mythical plane, then that means it's a turnover. Gorsuch brings it up. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, Cyclones up now and a little bit of pressure here. Haven't seen them play too much of that press defense so far in the season up to this point, but definitely applying heavy pressure in the backcourt.
That'll be the first on Maddie Hood as Truly Coster will go up to the free throw line. Ready to set herself at the free throw line. On the way, and good. 5-0 lead here in this first quarter. As she'll ready the second one. On the way, a little short, and Hood down with the rebound. So it'll stay at 5-0 here. Cyclones yet to get on the board here. As Sullivan works out top, looks at dribble, kicks it in the corner for Hood. Hood holds. Now brings it over to Bell. Bell a fake. Back out to Hood. Hood driving in the lane. Kick out. Powell will toe the three. Good. Lauren Powell gets the Cyclones on the board at 5-3 as South Fulton breaks pressure up to LaFrance. She will go down to the corner. France, that is. They bring it back to her. She'll pop the baseline shot, no good. And the rebound, LaSales will chase it down in the corner. Bounces into Coster. Goes up, one to go up on Hood. And the lane block in there by either John, I think it was Vanonic or Powell got that.
Vanonic got in there, swatted that one away.
Vanonic looking ahead. Out to Hood. Hood will toe up the three ball. It is a little bit long. Rebound batted around. Powell down with it, and she'll be fouled. But that's LaSales with the foul. There's her first. Team second. Or team first. And now bringing in bounds will be Lauren Powell. Powell underneath the free throw lane. Looking for somebody. Got to hurry up. Got to hurry up. Lobs it out to Sullivan. I think if Stevenson, John, if she'd have turned, she'd have had that.
Yeah, that pass was just kind of floated up there, but Stevenson was facing her man. Didn't see the ball coming up over the top of her.
Hood brings it to the near side to Bell. Nearly lost it. Got it back. And goes dribble and traveled with it. It's kind of bad. That'll turn it back over to South Fulton. 5-3 lead here for the Rebels as they will bring it inbounds. Bring it up Gorsuch. Lobs it up. And they'll break it down to Coster, bumped by Lauren Bell, and either she or Maddie Hood will pick up the personal. It is on Lauren Bell. That is her first, and Coster will be up the free throw line. Ready's the first one. Short. Or as Bob Euchre used to say, just a bit outside. Ready's the second one. Up and got the second. So a 6-3 advantage here for South Fulton. As Grace Vanonic will bring it up. 4:40 clock rolls in this first quarter of play. Vanonic over to Sullivan. Sullivan down the near side, up top to Powell. Open three, no good. Rebound fought for. Coster down with it. Out it comes in the hands of Stevenson. Stevenson up the near side, slowed by Sullivan. Throw it at Coster, got it at her feet. Out it comes, shot on the way, no good by Gorsuch, and out of bounds it goes. It'll go over to West Prairie. We'll have a substitution. Kate Stambaugh will check in. She is a freshman. They don't have a lot of girls on this roster. As Powell ready to walk it along here. Kicks it over to Sullivan. Sullivan going to look down, looks to dribble. Over to Hood. Hood picks up her dribble, throws it then right in the hands of France. France in, drives down, and that kind of the bumper cars, John.
Yeah, kind of through the hockey body check. Made France lose it out of bounds. Did Maddie Hood. No foul was called, but possession stays with South Fulton.
LaSales brings it in to France, over to Gorsuch. Gorsuch now in the lane. Coster, and she is tough to move in there, puts it up and puts it in. And makes it 8-3. Lauren Powell over to Sullivan. Out to Hood. Hood wheeling around. Tried to just hand it to Grace Vanonic. Now he lost it. Lobs it down for Powell. Powell comes out of there. Gives it a look. One hands it to Hood. Hood stopped. Out to Sullivan. She'll drive in. Give it back to Powell. Powell quick shot on the way. Good. Cuts it to 8-5. As they'll work it up. Gorsuch avoiding the double team. Bounces down for LaSales. LaSales coming out top. Over to Stambaugh. Stambaugh nearly had it picked. Now does. We've got a foul from behind, kind of compounding the problem. Oh, that is the second on the South Fulton team. Been a pretty cleanly played game so far, John, except for maybe a body check or two.
Yeah, I mean, both teams playing pretty cleanly so far. Again, Cyclones extending out their pressure a little further than I've seen them play usually, that 1-2-2 press that they like to do. And I have noticed that they have switched Madeline Sullivan out to the point of attack there. Usually that's Lauren Powell's role, but Sullivan now, again, playing that kind of point of attack position in that press. France
with a steal on the errant pass from Hood, brings it out. LaSalle's toes three. It is long of the mark, and the rebound tipped out of bounds by Stambaugh. It'll go over to West Prairie. Lindsey Dunn will check in. She will replace Maddie Hood as Grant Bland goes to work. Goes into his bench a little bit there, bringing the ball inbounds is Sullivan. She'll bring it over to Powell, and they will walk it across the timeline here. 2:25, clock rolling first quarter, 8-5 lead. Sullivan down the lane, pulls it up, bounces it out of there to Vanonic. And now Vanonic pulls up. She'll pull up for the three, no good. The rebound tipped in the air by Dunn, but pulled down by Stambaugh. Stambaugh on the fly up the court. In the lane, shot no good, and Vanonic out with it to Powell. Powell's going to lead the charge up the court. Pulls it out there on the near side. And directing a little traffic. Sullivan goes to work. Gives a look. Out to Vanonic. Goes to pull it up, hands off to Powell. Powell in the lane, gets hacked on the way through. That would be the proverbial hack in the act. Substitutions, Hood right back in. She'll replace Lauren Bell. And LaSalle's will come out as replacing her is Stevenson. Inbounds from Powell, needs to find somebody. Finally finds Sullivan. She'll shoot shot short. And the rebound fought for Stevenson out of there with it. Off to France. France will bring it up. The far side of the court, bounces down for Gorsuch. Gorsuch a fake. Pull up a 15-footer, no good. Rebound, Hood snaps it up. Back they will come. Lauren Powell works it up top, over to Sullivan. Sullivan hangs on and comes down. Out comes for Lindsey Dunn. Dunn wheeling in on standby, out to Vanonic. She'll fake. To wheel in, throws it over to Sullivan, over to Powell. She'll put up three, no good. Rebound, and nice job by Grace Vanonic throwing it off of Stambaugh. A nice highlight play there, John.
Yeah, absolutely. Vanonic with the awareness there, keeping the feet from touching kind of that out-of-bounds line, was able to just throw it right back in off one of the South Fulton players and get the Cyclones an extra possession here.
Vanonic loses the handle. Coster comes out of there with it up to Stevenson. Stevenson going to challenge out to France. She'll shoot it, but it is the dreaded long two. Makes it 10-5. Back it comes to Dunn. Dunn driving in the lane, bounces over to Hood. Hood, shot on the way, a little bit of air under it. And I think that might have hit the wire. They did not call it as South Fulton gets it. They give it to Gorsuch. Gorsuch up quickly to Stambaugh. She'll drive, shoot, shot, won't go, but there's a foul. Either Vanonic or Hood with it. It's going to be on Vanonic. I believe that is her first. And Stambaugh will step up to the free throw line where she will shoot a pair. First one is no good. And ready for the second one. 28 seconds left to go, first quarter. And second one's good. South Fulton's running about a 50% clip from the free throw line. And now on the way with it is Grace Vanonic. Vanonic works it over to Sullivan. Sullivan down the near side. Stambaugh doing a nice job, John, staying in front of her.
Yeah, definitely sitting down in that proverbial chair as you see Vanonic knock down kind of the floater from around the free throw line area. 2 seconds to go. Got to get a shot up.
And Gorsuch, it was a nice pass to the official. And that will usher us into the second quarter play. South Fulton leads it by a score of 11-7 as we head to the second quarter play right here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
I see acute injuries on the field. I see ankle sprains. I see ACL knee injuries, as well as in the clinic. It's very rewarding to see them from on the field injury to rehab to transition back to their event.
And we're back here. I want to thank more of the very fine sponsors of TSSR Game Time Live, like the Sports Corner. Macomb's original local sports bar is the Sports Corner at 124, with a focus on local sports. Catch WIU games in all the area. TSSR Game Time Live broadcast at Sports Corner at 124, all while enjoying your favorite cold drink and some of the best food in West Central Illinois. Stop in and say hi at 124 North Randolph Street in Macomb. Located in the heart of Walnut Grove and in business since 1974, Ride and Farm Supply can meet all your needs for LP seed, fertilizer, and farm chemicals. Their LP service is unmatched in this area. Customer service, one of their specialties. Give them a call today at 309-772-3121. Let's give you starting lineups here to get this second quarter play underway. It is Abby Stevenson, Truly Coster, joined by Tommy Gorsuch, and also out there, Sophie LaSales, along with Kate Stambaugh for South Fulton. We'll get West Prairie in just a moment. And Gorsuch has it picked. Powell going to take on Stambaugh in the lane, goes to put it up. No foul there. And then Maddie Hood with the tackle. One of those where she couldn't get her momentum stopped, and so that will be a foul on Hood. On the floor for West Prairie, it is Maddie Hood, Lindsey Dunn, Grace Vanonic, Madeline Sullivan, and Lauren Powell. Then we had a shoe tie incident. On the way with it is Gorsuch. She'll lob it up to Stevenson as they break the pressure. Fire it into the corner to LaSalle. Dribbling up, 10-footer. Short. Sullivan the rebound. Off to Powell, who will head up court. Lobs it over to Vanonic. Vanonic, quick 18-footer. No good. The rebound tipped. And Hood couldn't get a hold of it. It'll go off of her and out of bounds. And Maddie Hood will come out of there with it. Gorsuch will bring it up. As the Cyclones try to apply a little pressure. You may be just trying to turn their motor up just a little bit. Coster pops the three in the corner. That one off the mark. Vanonic down. And she'll work it off to Sullivan. Sullivan up, gets picked from Hood. Dribbles down the far side. Shot is good. Madeline Sullivan makes it. A 2-point lead for South Fulton, 11-9. Back they come to Coster. And she'll pick it up, missed the shot. Rebound, Lindsey Dunn. And we've got a foul over the back on Stambaugh. That is the fourth on the South Fulton team. France is going to get right up and come in. That'll replace Stambaugh. West Prairie John with a chance, with a good possession here to either take the lead or tie.
Yeah, and West Prairie, I mean, they've just been playing the game the right way so far in this one. Extreme patience on the offensive end. You'd like to see it maybe cut down on the turnovers. As you say that, there's one there. But all in all, not a bad showing so far for the Cyclones.
And again, applying pressure. And it may be getting South Fulton a little bit out of their comfort zone. You want them to speed up a little bit. Gorsuch picks it up, throws it into Stevenson, out to France. Tried to get it to Coster through her hands. LaSalle shoots it up, fight for it on the floor, and possession will go to West Prairie. Powell. Ready to walk it up here. Over to Sullivan. Sullivan coming down to the corner, over to Dunn. Dunn in the lane, just goes right down there. And they're going to whistle offensive foul. And I got to give Coster credit. She just sat there and let Dunn bowl her over. And that's one of those, Lindsey Dunn's got to turn the corner. You got to shoot the short jumper, John.
Yeah, it had plenty of space there. Coster was playing basically almost underneath the rim. Instead of keep going in, as you mentioned, just kind of turn around, shoot that short jump shot. She's still here for the Cyclones. Vanonic on the run.
Vanonic driving in and lost the handle on it. Gorsuch had stepped out of bounds, and that was one Venonic gave a little of the forearm shiver. Venonic ready to bring it inbounds underneath the far side of the free throw lane into Sullivan to Powell. Powell back to Venonic. She'll fake, slide out of there. Now pulls up for the three. It is no good. The rebound chased and done up there with it. Out to Venonic. Venonic puts it on the way again. No good. Rebound Coster's down with it. And off will come South Fulton. They've got France up ahead. Gorsuch giving her the eye. Can't find her. 5.5 left to go here in this second quarter. And we've got a foul on Grace Venonic. That'll be the sixth on the Cyclone team. And Gorsuch. We've got a timeout by West Prairie. We'll take a step aside as well. This is TSSR Game Time Live presented by MDH.
At Country Financial, we enjoy serving the community in which we live, big or small.
I love living in the Blandonsville area. It's where I grew up, went to school, and decided to raise my family. I never had a desire to live or work anywhere other than in a small town. I feel lucky to help my longtime friends and neighbors with their insurance needs. It's like working with family every day.
I'm Brett Powell, your local Country Financial representative, whose door is always open to work with you.
Hi, we're back. It wasn't a blackout. No, we are here as we get ready for the rest of this first half here. And John, been a really close first half here so far, as both teams have had plenty of chances to break it open, but really two teams that are fairly evenly matched.
Yeah, absolutely. You can definitely see it in the way that the game's been played up to this point. Coster started off hot, down low in the paint. West Prairie's done a much better job recently keeping her out of position down there. And we've seen the West Prairie miss a couple open shots that they've had, Venonic specifically, as quick pass comes up ahead for Powell, who converts the layup and gets us tied at 11.
And now at 11, they bring it up the court, and Stambaugh falls down, somehow caught it. Actually, that was Dixie Chenoweth. They bring it out to LaSalle. She'll dribble, and Powell's going to give the bump. And you can't give that bump out front because the referee does not say, just for a minute, let's all do the bump. 1-1 the rest of this first half for South Fulton, a 11-11 tie. 2 sticks on each side, I guess you could say. 5:04 left to go in this first half. A chance for the Rebels to pull ahead. And LaSalle hits the first. Makes it 12-11. Ready's the second one and won't stick. Hood down at the rebound. And we'll have another substitution coming up here in just a moment. Cyclones can take the lead here. Venonic out top, working against the 2-3 in the corner to Dunn. Dunn drives in, and that one, nice catch by Carl Beebe. I'll give him credit for that one. Great hands. He was trying to get the fast break started too, John.
Yeah, you got to get his head up, look down the court. Had some players wide open, but.
Well, I give him that credit. He looked down the floor. He was looking for the fast break off the rebound. LaSalle's over the timeline, double team, jump, bring it to Coster in the far corner. And Hannah Horwadell bring it in, and Coster's going to travel. Gorsuch will check in. Horwadell will go out. And they bring it in to Powell. Again, a chance for the Cyclones to take a lead. Cyclones have not led in this one. As Sullivan brings it, fakes, come back to the far side, over to Dunn, who wheels down, and we've got the grabby gotchas by Horwadell. (12-11). Sullivan again. And kind of a slow developing play there, has Dunn in the corner. Dunn jumped at by Coster, drives in the lane, nearly had it picked. Hood gets it back. Comes over to Sullivan. Sullivan wheels, goes back the other way out to Dunn. Dunn wheeling down into the baseline. Double teamed. Lobs it out. Sullivan with a nice catch on the sideline. Shot won't go. Rebound to the corner. Sullivan flips it back in the air over for Gorsuch. Gorsuch out to France. France in the lane. Goes up. And that one, she was kind of surprised to see Hood pop out and flipped it up. (12-11) still, 3:50 clock rolling here in this first half. Venonic out top, wanted to get a pick from Hood. Gorsuch was waiting for it, now does. Out to Hood. Hood, long three, no good. The rebound bounces to Coster. And they'll bring it back out of there. Gorsuch. Out to LaSalle. She'll cross-court it, and they bring it down to France. France did see London, but she didn't see the basket. And now out of there with it comes Sullivan. Sullivan down the far side again to Dunn. Dunn trying to create a little space. As they give it to Powell. Powell, the sideways three to Dunn. It was a nice pass. I got to give it that. I'm not sure that's what she intended, John.
Yeah, definitely perfect positioning Dunn had under the basket as the ball came careening off the backboard. Kind of a wild shot, but Cyclones will keep possession nonetheless.
Sales comes out as coming in another freshman, Katie Miller. Powell looks to trigger. Got to find somebody, finds Hood in the corner. Hood throws it off the shin of Coster. Back to Hood. She'll look at Grace Venonic. Little pivot, cross courts, and nearly stolen away. Now fight for it on the floor. Sullivan had it, and we've got a jump ball. Possession arrow says South Fulton. (12-11) still. Been stuck on that for a while. 2:45, clock rolling here in this second quarter as Gorsuch comes across. Cyclones drop it into the 1-2-2. Winging it cross court to France. In the lane to Coster. She'll put it up, and it's fouled. And I know Maddie Hood upset that she got that foul, but have to stay in place. She slid through there. And now Coster will go up with it. Her shot on the way, goes in and good. And they push it back out to a 2-point advantage. Lauren Bell in, Maddie Hood out for West Prairie. Coster up again, won't stick, and the rebound in the air. Coster able to claim it. Guarded now by Sullivan, holding it to Gorsuch. Down in the corner. Shot on the way, no good, and the rebound. Powell out of there with it. Powell cut off by France as she tries to go up the court. Bounces into Venonic. Venonic working on Gorsuch. Goes to put up. Coster able to take it away. And a fight for it. France down with it. Over to Gorsuch. Gorsuch wheeling out of trouble. And has an advantage if she can get there to it. Comes down the lane. Shoots. Shot won't go. Rebound. Pulled out of there. Gorsuch goes in. Shot no good. Coster the rebound. She's fouled by Dunn. Lindsey Dunn will commit her first. The ninth on the team. After 10, it don't matter. And my English teacher mom probably just about had a heart attack. It don't matter. Or it ain't going to. Coster makes the first. Janie Phelps will check in, replacing Grace Venonic. Ready's the second one. Minute 54 left to go first half. Second one on the way. No good, and the rebound. Dunn had it. Bell pile for it. And we've got a timeout called by Carl Beebe and crew. I'm telling you, we had bodies flying all over on that one, John.
Yeah, we sure did. Cyclones' second time tonight that they haven't been able to box out on the free throw attempt and give up an offensive board there. Nice timeout called by Carl Beebe, and South Fulton will keep possession.
And I believe you will be back here Friday night. Is that correct?
That is
for
correct.
The boys' version of senior night. That'll be coming up on Friday night, so join John for the broadcast. John and your expert camera person, your mom, Lisa. We still got to get her doing play-by-play. That's one of the next things is her doing play-by-play on these broadcasts. I'm not sure if we'll get that, John.
I don't know if we will. I mean, she wears the headset to her credit, but no words are rarely spoken.
Phelps and Coster will go at it. And Phelps doing a nice job herding her to the baseline. Gorsuch, shot on the way, no good. Rebound, a couple of Rebels fought for it. Now France brings it out. Bounces down for and Sullivan pokes it away from Miller. Fight for it on the floor. Jump ball will be possession arrow, West Prairie.
Sullivan just with active hands there, able to poke the ball into the backcourt, chased it down, dived on top of it, got the jump ball.
LaSales comes in. She will replace Miller. Sullivan looking to bring it into Powell. And they have kept kind of a cork on Lauren Powell here. She's not many teams do. Sullivan in the corner to Bell. Bell dribbling on Coster. And we're going to have a block foul on Coster. And that will be a 1 and bonus for Lauren Bell as Coster with the personal. That's 2 on her. Bell sets herself at the line. First one is no good. Lindsey Dunn able to corral the rebound in the corner. Trying to get out to Powell. Powell open 3 on the way. No good. And the rebound fought for. And out of there with it, they bring it out to France. France, though, cannot corral it. And you and I both heard that. Carl Beebe just yelled at his charges. We have got to settle down.
Yeah, his team definitely playing with a bit too much pace there, and they've been doing that all night, trying to get off those missed shots, but the Cyclones just do such a good job getting back. Nothing's really come of it.
Under a minute we go, 14-11, 3-point lead here for South Fulton. Lauren Powell directing a little traffic here. She'll give it off to Sullivan. Sullivan wheeling around out to Vanonik. Vanonik down the far side, trying to get in the lane. Kind of a bump, no good. And the rebound fought for. We've got a reach-in foul. And Horvidell will be the shooter. As the 10th, so it'll be a 2-shot foul regardless. Horvidell will set herself. Ready's the first. And it is good. 15-11, so they bump it out. At one time, they had a 9-point lead. Second one up and on the way. And it is good as well. So back out to a 5-point lead, 16-11. Cyclones come back, 38 seconds left here. Sullivan in the lane. Bobbled it, lost it, got it out to Powell. Powell wheeling, top of the key, pumps the 3. It is no good. Vanonik the rebound. She'll go up, can't get it to go. Fought for her, Dunn had it. Phelps takes it for a second. We got a jump ball. Possession arrow goes to South Fulton. A little frisky in there, John.
Yeah, both teams battling hard, trying to secure that rebound. I couldn't see for sure, but it looked like maybe Phelps and Dunn down there were the culprits of that jump ball. Both of them are fighting for it hard, both on the same team, of course.
Stevenson out to LaSalle. She'll pump 3. Gets it. And that's a big shot before the half, as it makes it a 19-11. Powell the other way with 2 seconds. Nearly put it in. Lauren Powell launching that one on the way. And the Rebels take a 19-11 lead into the halftime break. We'll step aside here, right here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
I chose MDH. We moved here, and I was researching different places that would allow me to VBAC, have a vaginal birth after C-section, and the doctors here do encourage that, and so I chose that after looking online, and I wouldn't want to deliver anywhere else because they all go above and beyond, and they're so kind and actually care about you.
Popcorn's a wonderful thing, except when you're getting ready to speak. And we're back here for the second half. It is Lauren Bell, Maddie Hood, Grace Vanotic, Madeline Sullivan, and Lauren Powell on the floor. And we'll see, it is Briley France, joined by Sophie LaSales, Truly Coster, Abby Stevenson, and also out there, Tommy Gorsuch. Powell bringing in bounds, 19-11. If you're scoring at home, it was a 7-0 burst for South Fulton at the end of that first half. Hood with it now, nearly picked up her dribble. Bounces to Powell. Powell in the corner. Wheels it out of there. Down the sideline in the lane. Throws it up. Won't go, but a foul called. And it'll be Stevenson with the personal. As we are ready here in this second half of play, Cyclones, Lauren Powell. Free throw is good. Cuts it to 19-12. Second one's good. 19-13. Cyclones start with the 2-0 burst to start this second half. Gorsuch dribbles down, loops it into the corner to France. France open for a second, bounces into Coster, and Coster puts it up and puts it in. That is one thing she does. She's not huge, not tall, but boy, she is tough going to the hole, John.
Yeah, and she's definitely put that on display here tonight. Cyclones really struggling, especially when she's able to catch the ball down low, kind of in that low post possession. Really, really a heck of a player when she gets down there, and she's been able to make the Cyclones pay for it.
Powell in the lane, puts it up and puts it in, and Lauren Powell starting to heat up, 21-15. And now with it, Stevenson flings it over to LaSales, bouncing into Coster. Bell did a nice job swatting it away from her. And the work into Coster again. She'll put it up off glass and go in. It is hard to get her stopped. When she gets heading that direction, it is so hard to get her stopped. So 23-15, 8-point lead still. Sullivan going to work, coming back to the far side. Nearly had it picked. Out to Vanotic. She'll put up the three. It's good. Big three there to get Grace Vanotic going. Cuts it to 23-18. They come back the other way. France and puts it off the underside of the backboard. That is one for Mr. Castleberry. And back will come Vanotic. Vanotic wheeling down the lane. Kicks out to Powell. Powell coming back. Sets it up out there. Readies. Back to Sullivan. 5:50. Clock rolling here, third quarter. Sullivan coming down. Hands off to Maddie Hood. Hood. Coster coming after her. And they're going to whistle LaSales for the bump. She'd been pushing on Sullivan. And that will be three on her. Sullivan readies to bring it in. Sullivan looking into Vanotic. Vanotic puts it on the floor. She'll match up with Gorsuch. They've gone man on man. They were a little bit zone. And Sullivan wheels down out to Hood. Hood spots a three. It is no good. The rebound, Powell with it. She'll put it up and put it in. Lauren Powell, how about that, John? Out-muscling France to the ball.
Yeah, and Powell's really come out into the second half, looking to shoot, looking to score. I believe she's up to 6 points now already. And the Cyclones have needed every bit of it as they've closed the gap now to just 3.
And Maddie may have been sending a message to Coster there with the tomahawk over the top. Hood will check out. Dunn will check in. And now they'll look in. Into Coster. She'll shoot. Shot won't go. And the rebound out in the hands of Sullivan. Sullivan on the way with it. Breaks free in the lane. Throws it over to Powell. Powell, quick shot. Is good. And it's 23-22. South Fulton will call a timeout here. The Cyclones on a run. And they have made it 23-22 right here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
Skip adding detergent to every load with the Load and Go dispenser. Choose from models that hold enough for 20 to 40 loads. With select models even adding a second compartment for fabric softener. So clothes get the care they need, and you can skip adding detergent every time. The Load and Go dispenser, now available in 3 sizes. Brought to you by Whirlpool.
Back here, 23-22, the Cyclones on a 7-0 run. As LaSales and Gorsuch will bring it up here. Sullivan will meet him out top. Looks to wheel down to the near side. Powell jumps out. France in the corner, trying to bounce into Coster, and they wisely swallowed up. Stevenson with it. Coster in the lane. They're going to whistle a hold on Lindsey Dunn. And it is on Lindsey Dunn. And the official telling Grant Bland to back up. Into Stevenson. She'll loop up the shot. And Dunn will get the rebound out of there. Nearly dribble it off her foot. And here they come the other way. Here comes Sullivan. Up top. As Dunn will wheel it down, bounces out to Vanonik. Vanonik going to the lane, puts up shot and gets it to go off glass, and the Cyclones have rallied into the lead, 24-23.
The 2 seniors for the Cyclones, Vanonik and Powell, doing the heavy lifting here so far in the third quarter. They brought the Cyclones all the way back from down 8 at half, now enjoying a 1-point lead.
And back they'll come. Sullivan at the throttle, dribbling on the way here. As Lindsey Dunn works it and nearly lost it, now gets it back to Vanonik. Fakes the 3. Looks to probe, comes back to Dunn. Dunn goes up, puts it up, can't get it to go. And Coster able to take it away. And Powell with the steal as they threw it up the court. Loops in the lane, puts it up, won't go. And the rebound, Coster out of there with it. And they're going to whistle a foul as they came all around her. They're going to whistle Sullivan with the hold on there. And Stanball will, Kate Stanball will come in. France will come out. 24-23 Cyclones. 3.5 left to go in this third quarter. Grant Bland about as heated as I've seen him, John.
Yeah, definitely not liking the calls here so far. Thought Sullivan had all ball, which he wrapped up underneath the basket. And again, on the other end, just a few moments ago, Dunn thought she had all ball as well.
Powell in the lane goes up, and a foul whistled on Stanbaugh. And she thought she was straight up, but she did put her arm out a little bit. And that'll put Lauren Powell up to the free throw line here. As Powell will step up there and try to make it West Prairie's largest lead. Free throw is good. Ready the second one. It is good as well. So 26-23. 3:17 left to go here. Gorsuch, she's going to try to tie it up. Cannot do it. Sullivan the rebound. And out of there with it. Cyclones a chance to open it up a little bit more here. Off to Dunn. Dunn looking in the corner to Vanonik. Vanonik, 3 on the way. No good. And Coster had the rebound, fell down and able to get it off to a teammate. Steal by the Cyclones at half court. Sullivan down with it. Puts up shot. Won't go. Rebound. Stevenson out of there. And now Gorsuch in the backcourt. Jumped at by Lauren Powell. Throws it up to Stanbaugh. Stanbaugh in the lane. Puts it up. No good. Rebound fought for Bell. Able to secure it. And the Cyclones back the other way. 2.5 left to go. Here in the third. Sullivan down the sideline. She'll pull up the 3. No good. Rebound tipped out and Powell gets a hold of it. Gorsuch able to steal it away, but stolen back by Vanonik. Out to Powell. Powell 3 on the way. No good. And I tell you, John, the intensity and roughness has stepped up a notch.
Yeah, definitely. Intensity is a big thing here. The Cyclones have been playing with a tremendous pace. They've been putting up every shot they've got a chance at.
And Coster gets the rebound and will be fouled.
Cyclones need to play a little bit more patiently on the offensive end. They've just been putting up everything.
And they're going to have a bench warning on Carl Beebe. Coster up at the free throw line. Yes.
As we're having a discussion with a fan in the stands.
And the official not happy with fans in the stands here. Everybody getting a little bit passionate.
Absolutely. And again, a bigger crowd on hand than usual, especially here on the South Fulton side. Definitely travel well.
Coster misses the first free throw. Stevenson will come out. Horvadell will come in. Free throw on the way. Coster misses everything, and that will give it over to the Cyclones. 2 minutes left to go in the third. Everybody getting hyped up, folks. We got a whole nother quarter to go. As Sullivan wheels it out. Vanonic, three on the way, no good. Sullivan the rebound. She'll bounce it out to Vanonic, who, I tell you what, she thought about the heat check, John. Wisely put it in her pocket, and now Sullivan back to the way. She'll shoot. That's way short. Rebound tipped, and it is Horwittle out of there with it. Up they bring it to Gorsuch. Gorsuch on the fly into the lane. Goes up. Can't get it to go. And ball tipped out of bounds by Coster. And Grant Bland getting a warning. And as I said, everybody's taking it nice and calm. Nobody's getting upset. And Stambaugh with it. Bounces to LaSales, to Gorsuch, to Stambaugh. And we've got a foul whistled on Lauren Powell. And it'll be ball out of bounds for South Fulton on the sideline. LaSales looking in the lane, out to Gorsuch. Gorsuch with 1:15 left to go in the third. In the corner to Stambaugh. Stambaugh back out to Gorsuch. Gorsuch over to LaSales in the lane. Coster. She'll bounce. They'll bounce across the lane. Nice pass to Stambaugh. Puts it up and in. And ends a long rest Prairie run. It's 26-25. Powell up. Holds it out top. Looks to go in the lane. And drives it in, puts it up, won't get it to go. The rebound, Horwittle out of there with it. And they bring it out of there. Down in the corner to Stambaugh. Stambaugh back out to LaSales. Out to Gorsuch. She'll put up three. It is good. Huge shot there for South Fulton, and they will take the lead again at 28-26. 25 seconds left, or 35 seconds left to go in the quarter. We'll take this timeout on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
At Country Financial, we enjoy serving the community in which we live, big or small.
I love living in the Blandonsville area. It's where I grew up, went to school, and decided to raise my family. I never had a desire to live or work anywhere other than in a small town. I feel lucky to help my longtime friends and neighbors with their insurance needs. It's like working with family every day.
I'm Brett Powell, your local Country Financial representative, whose door is always open to work with you.
And we are back here. The West Prairie Cyclones down by 2. It has been a 5-0 burst here by South Fulton. 35 seconds left to go in this third quarter. As these two teams fighting to finish this one off. And now South Fulton will bring it into Powell, or no, West Prairie bring it into Powell. Cyclones spread them out here along the baseline over to Sullivan. Sullivan up top on Stambaugh, comes over to Dunn. Dunn wheels to the corner, feeling out Coster to Bell. Lauren Bell over to Powell. Powell pops a three. It is short of the mark, and the rebound tipped. Coster's got it. And they bring it over, and now they will lob it up the court. And Gorsuch able to gather it in on the sideline in the paint. They bring it. Shot is good. Rams it up and over the rim. Coster able to put it in. And that's the end of the third quarter of play. 30-26. South Fulton by 3. Let's take this time, or 4. Let's take this time out on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
We're an 11-bed.
Well, John, we set it up for what should be an interesting fourth quarter. Tempers are high. Everybody is emotional. That's how senior nights get. And we will see exactly how this ends. Here's foul situation. 5 for West Prairie, 3 for South Fulton. I know Truly Coster has 2 or 3. Maddie Hood has 3. And she'll be back in the game here. It is Hood, Powell, Dunn, Vanonic, and Sullivan. It will be South Fulton basketball to start the fourth quarter play. They do have a 4-point advantage. As Gorsuch dribbles it down, over it comes to Gorsuch. Back over, so they swing it out to Stambaugh, and they can just let the air out of the ball here. Stambaugh going to drive, wheel it across the lane. LaSales with a nice drive. Shot is good off glass. And John, very patient. You see South Fulton taking an exhale, being very patient on that set.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's really going to come down to how both teams come out here in the fourth quarter. As big answer there, Vanonic knocks down the deep three.
And the deep three makes it 32-29, cuts the lead in half. Back will come Gorsuch here as she goes to work. Lobs all the way in the corner to LaSales. Wheels out top there for Gorsuch. Gorsuch holds. Lobs into the corner. Stambaugh driving baseline. Cut off there. They tried to throw it to Gorsuch and threw it away. And that's what happens. You got to take your time, take your dribble. France is going to check back in. It is Briley France, Truly Coster. Sophie LaSales going out. It is also Kate Stambaugh and Horwittle. And you got to remember, some of these are freshmen. Powell over to Sullivan. 32-29. We go under 7 minutes left to go in the game. Sullivan pulls the three. It is short. And the rebound, France able to snap it up. Off to Gorsuch. She'll push over to Stambaugh. Stambaugh in the lane. Lays it up. Gets it to roll in and good. And John, once again, you see they are pushing the action off the rebound.
Yeah, and again, they've been running out on the break all night. Finally, they're able to start getting some points off of it. As you see the smooth move from Grace Vanonic, able to Euro step past a couple defenders, get the scoop layup to go.
34-31 here, bouncing out to France. France holding out top in the lane to Coster. Everybody jumping at her. Coster down the lane, bumped and fouled by Hood. Lauren Bell will get up and get in. That is 4 on Maddie Hood. And actually, that is 5 on Maddie Hood. So Lauren Bell will check in. And so they'll have to go the rest of the way without Maddie Hood. Coster. Free throw on the way. It is good. (35-31). She'll spot the next one. On the way, that one, another air ball. And that's one of those, John, instead of just shooting it, you see a kid that's trying to place it in the basket.
Yeah, just got to trust your mechanics, put that one up and in. As you mentioned, maybe just thought about it a little bit too much. Again, pressure a little bit high in this situation, trying to keep the lead that you got. See the nerves get to it a little bit on the pass free throw.
Dunn dribbling out. They bring it to Powell. Powell shot on the way, no good. Rebound, Bell puts it up, can't get it to go. And we have a rebound foul. They're going to whistle it on Vanonic. And Abby Stevenson will check back in. That is the 7th on West Prairie. And Vanonic not happy. Got to be a little careful here. You don't want to lose your cool, get a technical. And Gorsuch will be up at the free throw line. Now you got to block out. You got to keep Coster out of there. And Coster with the rebound. She'll spin, dump it off to Stevenson. And Powell will come out of there with it. 35-31. Here comes Lauren Powell. 5:45 left to go here in the ballgame. Dunn down the sideline. Bounces for Bell. Bell lost the handle. Coster gets it out of there. And off to Gorsuch. You can bet Carl Beebe will be really patient here. Sullivan coming out high. Over to Stambaugh. Stambaugh comes down, bounce in the corner to France. She'll toe the three. That one is good. Huge three, John, for South Fulton.
Yeah, big three there. Extends the lead out to 7. Getting close to matching their biggest lead of the game. Vanonic will try to answer quickly. That shot won't fall. And again, if you're the Cyclone, you just got to be patient in that situation. Got to work the ball around. Maybe try to get it inside. But Vanonic settles for the deep three. Can't get it to go. And as you mentioned earlier, South Fulton can be extremely patient in this position.
And they bring it out again. France for the long two. That one's no good. And the rebound tipped out of bounds. It'll go over to West Prairie. As they set them up again. It's 38-31. And they work it here. Sullivan out top with it. Coming down out to Sullivan. You know they're going to be very quiet. Watch Lauren Powell. Lauren Powell in the lane, shoots, shot, fouled on the way up there, and she'll go to the free throw line. Now, if you're South Fulton, John, that's exactly what you don't want to do. You do not want to foul Powell, put her up at the line, because you're letting them catch up without any time going off the clock.
Yeah, exactly. If you're South Fulton, you want the clock to run as much as you can here, hanging on to the big lead. And, of course, scoring while the clock is off is definitely going to be a big help for the Cyclones.
And so Cyclones make it 38-32. Second one on the way. It's good as well. So 38-33, the lead is 5. As Stambaugh brings it, comes over to Gorsuch. Gorsuch holds, backs it out of there. Sullivan coming after her, trying to get the 5-second count. They come down the sideline over to France. France in the lane, threw it off the foot of Powell and out of bounds. And now South Fulton will bring it in. West Prairie needs a defensive stand in the worst way. They bounce into Stevenson, and they're going to whistle a kick violation on Lauren Bell. And Carl Beebe telling Gorsuch you got to run the play. France looking in. They put Gorsuch in the corner. Her shot is only a 2, but a 2 nonetheless. 40-33. Powell out top of it, over to Sullivan. Sullivan goes to work, coming over to Dunn. Dunn wheeling down the far side. Tried to bounce it to Vanonic. Kick on Coster. Vanonic looking to bring it in bounds. Line offensive set into Sullivan. Sullivan down with it out to Powell. Powell waiting for Vanonic. Threw it past her and out of bounds. And so now gets a little tighter here. Now 3:57 a whirl the time. 7 points is the lead. The biggest thing with the Cyclones, you can't reach and grab because that's a 1-on-1 coming. Stanball brings it up. The freshman will work it to the side, the near side. That's the one you got to pressure a little bit. They wheel it over to Stevenson. Stevenson holds. Comes down to the lane. Tried to bounce it down to Coster. Stolen away by Bell. Out to Vanonic. And they'll race it up the court. Vanonic into the lane. Out to Powell. Powell 3 on the way. Good! And a huge 3 by Lauren Powell, John.
Yeah, big lead. Cut the lead down to 4 for the Rebels here.
They work it out to France. France shot off the way, and it hit the wire. So it will go the other way. And the Cyclones a chance to chip a little more off that lead. Out to Sullivan. They'll work it again. Sullivan going to come down. Comes to Dunn. Dunn driving lane. Tried to throw it out to Powell. Thrown away, and France gets it. Got a timeout called by Carl Beebe. He will talk things over. While we stay right here, thank our very fine sponsors, folks such as Brett Powell, Country Financial Agent. Says your farm is your legacy. Is leading farm insurer, Country Financial. Here to help protect it, call Brett Powell, your local country rep, at 309-652-3889 for a free quote today. Good Hope Gardens located at 445 East Main Street, Good Hope, just east of the North Elementary School. Open April through October for all your fresh produce needs. Be sure to follow their Facebook page for updates. They're preparing for the 2023 season now. Grover and Mary Jo DeCounter and family invite you to Good Hope Gardens. Come see where it's grown. The Community News Brief for all your local news. Subscribe to the Community News Brief Weekly Edition, mailed directly to your home every Friday. You can also receive Monday and Wednesday editions by email. All this for only $42 per year or $38 per year for age 65 or older. You can also buy copies available at select locations in Bushnell, Colchester, and Blandonsville. Having slow, unreliable internet just doesn't cut it in today's world. MTC Communications offers lightning fast, reliable fiber internet, video camera, and phone systems in the McDonough, Henderson, and Hancock County areas, and expanding quickly. Visit mtc.crowdfiber.com to check your availability. Now, John, I will have to tell you, I'm thinking a little bit ahead here. I know that's dangerous. We know Truly Coster has struggled from the free throw line. Honestly, if she gets it under the basket, I probably play Hacka-Truly, which sounds awful, but as Gorsuch bring it up the sideline, stopped there, lobs it over to France, to Coster, and Coster just going to hold. And Sullivan nearly takes it from her, tie up with it, and is a jump ball. Possession arrow goes to West Prairie.
Nice job by Sullivan, able to jump up and steal that pass away, and then has the strength to wrestle Coster to the ground. Of course, not actually, but just with the ball there.
Sullivan out on the far side over to Dunn. Dunn scoots her way toward the lane, comes to Vanonic. Vanonic, she'll wheel now, come to Powell. Powell, 17-footer, banks it in and good, and it's down to a 2-point lead. 40-38. They bring it up to Coster. Coster dribbling on Lauren Powell, picks it up, needs help. To Gorsuch. And now again, they can be patient here. 2 minutes left to go in the game. Stanbaugh out with it. To Gorsuch. She'll toe the three. Huge shot and made it. Big shot there. 43-38. Powell in a hurry. Minute 50 left to go. Remember, the possession arrow would now be in the favor of South Fulton. Dunn. Out top over to Sullivan. Sullivan will pop the quick three. No good. And the rebound tipped. It goes off of the foot of Coster. Janie Phelps will come in. And we'll have a timeout by Grant Bland. We'll step aside as well. This is TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
I chose MDH. We moved here, and I was researching different places that would allow me to VBAC, have a vaginal birth after C-section, and the doctors here do encourage that, and so I chose that after looking online, and I wouldn't want to deliver anywhere else because they all go above and beyond, and they're so kind and actually care about you.
And here we are, John, you and I are discussing a little bit of strategy. First of all, for West Prairie, you don't have to foul right away. You're down 5, it's minute 42. you do have to keep a mind up. You and I discussed strategy here. You know, Julie Coster has struggled from the free throw line. She gets it underneath. You make her shoot it from 15, not from 2. Biggest thing is right now you've got to block out. You've got to really get up and pressure South Fulton. Janie Phelps has come in. It is Madeline Sullivan, Lauren Powell, Grace Fanatic, and Lindsay Dunn. It is Tommy Gorsuch, Briley France, Kate Stambaugh, Julie Coster, and Sophie LaSalle's back into the ballgame. Sullivan looks to bring it in as Cyclone basketball. Box offensive set into Dunn. Dunn works her way in out to Sullivan. Sullivan toes up the shot, no good. And the rebound, France has it down. Powell nearly stole it back and now does, but threw it off her hands and out of bounds. Cyclones will apply pressure here. Into Gorsuch. And Powell able to steal it away. Powell driving lane. Tried to bounce out to Vanonic. And now coming out of there with it, Stambaugh. Stambaugh up the sideline. Powell going to give her chase. Into lane she goes. Shoots shot no good. Rebound fought for, and Vanonic going to give the foul from behind.
Not exactly the worst thing in that situation as we were just talking about.
And that's one of those, to be honest with you, I really thought that Lauren Powell would pump the 3 up. As France will shoot it. Free throw is good. 44-38. Ready is the second one. And makes them both. Big shots there by France. 45-38. And the Cyclones come back the other way. Now you got to put a little pressure on. Now it's pedal to the metal time. They come over, they get it to Vanonic. Vanonic in the lane, goes up, and it's fouled by Gorsuch. It is on the floor, and for South Fulton, they have 2 fouls to give, John. So you know if somebody gets a breakaway, or maybe if, you know, you don't allow them on the 3, but if they get where you can hack them on the floor, you do so. They try to get to Powell. Powell wheeling back out of there. Shoot shot on the way, no good. Rebound, Coster down with it. And loops it up to Stambaugh. Stambaugh down for LaSalle's. LaSalle's dribbling out of there. Out to Powell, and they're going to give a foul, and they're going to call an intentional foul on that one. As Powell with the push in the back. And so it will be South Fulton free throw and the basketball, as LaSalle's will be up at the free throw line. LaSalle's free throw is good. And so puts it to 46-38. Ready's the next one and gets it to go. And now they'll bring it 47-38. So now even more pressure on. You got to get up shots, and you got to get them up quick. Put up pressure here on the inbounds. They bring it to France. France bobbled for a second, and they'll give a foul. And we'll see if that's 4 on her. And they'll put up the free throw line. We'll motion them up as France will be there. As France ready to just set it on the way. It is 2 shot. It is the 10th, so that has 2 shots no matter what. France, free throw is no good. And they'll set for the second one. Shot is no good, and fight for it. They get it. Coster is fouled from behind by Janie Phelps. And so once again, the Rebels able to rebound there. 43 seconds left to go in the ball game. 47-39, and actually, if you're going to foul, this is the person I would have fouled. As Coster at the free throw line. Shot on the way, and Coster got it. 48-38, the lead is now 10. And Coster with the second one. Missed it. Rebound. Phelps down with it. She'll look to give it and gives it to Venonic. 40 seconds left. 48-38. Venonic up with it. In the lane. Puts it up and is fouled by Gorsuch on the way through. And again, exactly what you don't want to do. And we've got a timeout called by West Prairie. We'll step aside as well. This is TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
MDH Sport Medicine Rehab is just not for the athlete. We see a variety of ages, getting them from having pain to no pain to get back to their normal activities and their prior level of function.
Back here with a 48-38 lead here for South Fulton as the Cyclones trying to get their way back in this. Grace Venonic will be up at the free throw line. She will shoot two. It has been an interesting game, to say the least, here from start to finish, John, as the two teams have really been kind of a slugfest.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, we talked about just how evenly matched these teams are. Both teams trying to fight and claw their way towards victory. But of course, we saw the Cyclones take a bit of a lead there in the third quarter, but South Fulton just digging down deep, has been able to get back into it, has made some huge shots from around the outside, and they got a big lead now because of it. But anything can happen here, just under 35 seconds to go.
Free throw is up, and Venonic gets it. Makes it 48-39. Second one on the way. It is good. So cuts it to 48-40. LaSalle's in the backcourt with it, and they've got to get up and foul her. And that one will be on Phelps. And again, doing the foul to stop the clock. 34 seconds left. As they'll put LaSalle's up at the free throw line. Lauren Bell will check back in just a moment, as it will be a two-shot regardless. And LaSalle's bangs it right home. Janie Phelps will come out. And they'll put a ready here, 49-40. Second one on the way. It is no good. Rebound. Truly Coster coming out of there with it again. And she'll be fouled by Sullivan. As whistled on Sullivan. And up at the free throw line will be Truly Coster. Ready to shoot. It'll be two. Stanball will check in here in just a moment. And Horwittle. Free throw by Coster is good. That's three in a row there, John.
Yeah, and the free throw shooting down the stretch for South Fulton really has been tremendous. We saw them struggle a little bit earlier in the game, but everybody chipping in now at the line as the Cyclones are trying to fight their way back into this one.
As Coster goes to put it on the way and misses it. Venonic the rebound. Venonic trying to get it out of there with it, and got away with a double dribble there. As Venonic coming in the lane, scoops it up, won't get it to go. Coster with the rebound, fell down with it, fight for it on the floor. And we've got a foul called with 13 seconds left. And Stevenson be whistled for it. Taylor Phelps will check in. Horwittle will be back in. Truly Coster going out. And John, she was a real difference maker here in this ball game tonight.
Yeah, truly had an impact for sure.
She truly did.
Yeah, I was going to say, I was hoping you would catch that. I figured you'd like that one.
Truly, truly. As first one's good, makes it 50-41. And they'll ready the next one. Phelps was kind of getting on the path there. And we got substitutions wholesale here as Dixie Chenoweth will replace LaSalle's. France will come out as well. And Venonic Ready to put it on the way. Free throw is good. Got them both. And 50-42, they will bring Dunn back in. Grant Bland got to call a timeout, 13 seconds with an 8-point deficit. As they try to put a couple things in toward the end here. As an 8-point deficit, and then for the Cyclones, again, they will actually go Thursday night over to Lewiston, round out the regular season, but again, actually get a home game in the regional. They will be here on Saturday. And okay, not sure what happened there,
Yeah,
John, but we both heard that.
I think everybody heard that, I would imagine.
I'm not sure.
I don't know.
Inbound, they'll trigger it into Stambaugh. Stambaugh up the sideline. Stevenson, to Horwittle. In the lane, shot is up, no good. Rebound batted around and up and in and good by Chenoweth. And that'll do it. 52-42, the final score. The South Fulton Rebels with the win over West Prairie on this senior night here, as they will take home the win tonight. And we will adjourn from this stream, head over to the JV side of things in just a moment. As John, any final thoughts on this one?
No, not really. Again, both teams really evenly matched came into this one. It was closely contested throughout most. It was just shot making down the stretch for South Fulton really paid dividends for them, and they were able to come away with the big 10-point victory here.
All right, that's going to wrap it up for this side. We'll be back with a JV stream in just a little bit. You're listening and watching TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.